is up, my magic miscreants? Risen Dragon here. We are back after a little bit of a break, and we are back in action. Big brain Dimir Artifacts is what we're looking at today, and yeah, once again, we're going to exploit the Simulacrum Synthesizer. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. Whenever another artifact with mana value 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Easily the best 4 mythic rares that I have ever spent, because man, this deck really has some fun stuff to it. So let's get into it a little bit deeper. We are running 3 steps ahead because we like to counter stuff, we like to make copies of stuff, and we like to draw and discard cards as well. Go for the throat and shoot the sheriff because we like to get rid of stuff. Thrawn Spider triggers this bad Larry right here. Plus, it creates a tapped Power Stone token. For 7, we look at the top 4 cards of our library, and we may reveal an artifact card from among them and put them into our hand, put the rest on the bottom of our library in any order. We're running the Might Stone and Weak Stone, because we like to remove stuff like a Teferi, or not Teferi, Shieldred. Ugh, my head is not where it needs to be. We could also draw 2 cards, plus we like to ramp into stuff. Speaking of ramping into stuff, Phyrexian Fleshgorger with Prototype triggers the Simulacrum, and of course it has Menace and Lifelink, and the ward is they pay life equal to Phyrexian Fleshgorger's power. Also Hulking Metamorph. When it enters the battlefield, you may have it become a copy of an artifact or creature you control, except that it's an artifact creature in addition to its other types, and its power and toughness are equal to its power and toughness. Okay, but those aren't the only cards we're playing within this deck. We're also running the Stone Brain. Now for 2 and exile it, choose a card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand. This way we can only activate it as a sorcery. Okay, now this is a very interesting card, and it fits in this deck because this is a big brain build. And in a best-of-3 match, this is a powerful card because we can get rid of at least 4 cards. However, if we couple it with Virtue of Knowledge, with Ventress Visions, copy target activated triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. See where I'm going with this? Yep. So we can actually get rid of up to 7 cards from their library, hand, or wherever. Really sucks if they're running like singleton builds or something like that, which we have come across, but this is a very interesting little duo here. Plus, we can cast Virtue of Knowledge. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Synthesizer, anyone? Any of these? Anyone? Yeah, this game goes on. You better kill me in the first 5 turns, because once this gets ramped up with this on the battlefield, if it gets to that point, oof, that's a problem. And we are running enough counter magic and removal, I think, to really handle that. So this is an incredibly versatile deck. I'm really enjoying it. Takes a little bit of brains to play a little bit, but that's not to say that it's not fun. For a sideboard, just some counter magic for us, Phantom Interference, Essence Scatter, some negates. We love sweepers, Deadly Cover-Up, Cut Down, Whale of the Forgotten's an interesting one, simply because, just removing cards, discarding cards, and also some spot removal as well. This is 100%, I believe, a rotation-proof build, so we are getting to Bloomborough in a couple weeks, I think 3 weeks, and from what I've seen, I'm enjoying that one. That one's got a little bit of, kind of like a Don Bluth nostalgia type feel to it, so I'm enjoying that quite a bit. So speaking of enjoying, if you like what you see, please please subscribe. We're close to 210 subs. If you're new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and a best of 3, so you can see how the deck functions in either one of those environments. And without further ado, let's get to the big brain Dimir Artifact games, kids. We're against Swag Falcon CJ for our best of 1 matchup. Not the worst, a little on the slow side with our tap lands, but we've got some spot removal. And then we've got the Fleshgorger coming down, plus we're on the draw. So not the worst. We could be against some sort of soldier build. That's what it looks like. So the stone brain could come in handy here. And I think that's what we're going to play. Because if we can hit their resolute reinforcements... Oh! Well then. I guess you're running some counter magic. How about that? Well then. I don't think we're going to cast another stone brain. Especially if they're running negates. Copper Coat Vanguard. We're gonna go for it. They have a negate. We know this. Fading Hope. Interesting. Okay. So now I think we just play the subtle game here. I think we try to counter... I think I want to save this for a big counter. So they'll do that again. That's okay. We're going to try it again. Okay, we got it this time. And now they just throw down another one. I don't think they're running anything else, so... He says with a... Okay. And the Metamorph is actually an interesting play here. And you're just going to kill it. Ossify it, huh? This is a very interesting build. I like it. They're holding up 2 mana, so... Ooh. I want to get this down first. Because if they counteract it, or counterspell it, which looks like they're going to. Yep, there it is. You know what? We are going to... No. No, we're going to resolve that. That's fine. Because I do want to get the synthesizer down. Don't really need much... Any land... you know what? We are going to take a land. I think that is... We want to get more resources out. Siege Veteran, huh? And that gets big. Do you have like a Sanctify or something like that? Let's try it. That's clever. Do you have a board sweep? That's the next question. Very interesting deck that you're running here, sir. Or madam. Yeah, what do they play here? Because that could get fun. And we do have a counter to their counter if they tap themselves out. So, and with 2 synthesizers on the board, that is an interesting concept. Though not sure why they are going to rope us. Maybe they disconnected. Who knows? So I do want to take this opportunity to kind of explain why I've been absent over the past 2 weeks. Simply put, new assignment at work for the summer. Summer camp is always a good thing. I've been running a couple STEM camps, mainly with esports and chess as well. And that's taken a lot of energy. And it's also we're adding a game to our repertoire, that being Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I've done a tutorial on that and I'm hoping that it will diversify our portfolio a little bit, and it will lead to bigger and better things for us. We are growing as a channel. We're up to almost, I think we're at 207 subs, so that's actually insanely good. And definitely I would like to get to 1,000 at some point, but let's see, Thron Spider is a fun one to do because this is going to end up doing that. And yeah, let's swing. We do have the 3 steps ahead in case they decide to counter something, but this is a chunky board that we have, and they not so much. But anyways, back to my absence. You know, just a lot of stuff happening, and again, this is something I do for fun. It's not a full-time job or a full-time assignment by any stretch of the imagination. And I do enjoy the game, but also as well, when life gets busy, it's almost like I just don't have the energy for it, and especially with a wife and 2 kids and a home and whatnot, it's one of those things where, you know, you make time for it when you can, and you just go from there. As Swag Falcon CJ, you just roped out. Let's move on to the best of 3. We're against Chai Means Tea for our best of 3 matchup. No, we go first, so that is not going to be a one that we do. Let's get rid of that. See what we're up against. Blue, huh? Ginger Brute. Well, that's not going to help me at all. Hey, Stonebrain, how fun are you? Because now, we got a couple interesting things we can do with this. Is this that mono blue build where it's like an aggro type build, and it's like 0 rares and it still performs insanely well? Because that could be it. Yeah, that might be. Yeah, I need land. You know, that's kind of where I'm at this point. Alright, well, they found their second land. How fun is that? We're taking more damage. There's a ninjutsu. Yep, that's that. Yep, it is that deck. It's one of those fun little net decks you don't mind losing to because you yourself would play it, so... Luckily for us now, that gives us a little bit of a target, so... And hey, we can actually pull this one off. This... So we're gonna go with the Prosperous Thief. That's the first thing we do. And now we can do some fun stuff here. Prosperous Thief, boop, boop, boop. That's good there. What else are you running that I should probably get rid of? Ginger Brute, those are already on the field, but yeah, Zoetic Glyph, I think, is the one that I'm really annoyed with. And let's see, Zoetic. In your library, boom, 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 boom. And then there's that, there's that, there's that. Okay, cool. So what we're going to need to do is probably have to play into some of our removal, because that's part of it. Alright, let's do this. They'll bounce it back. They'll bounce back both of those, actually. So, oh, they let it go. Let's try this. Yeah, they'll bounce that back. Oh no. Okay. Yep. Alright, well, if we're going to lose to a net deck, at least it's going to be a creative one. Let's go to the next one and see what happens here. So I think we do have to put in the deadly cover-up. Let's take out one of those and one of those, because that's really... Actually, this one's really not going to help us, I think, because we have to be on the creature play here. So I think the other thing about this deck is it does have a little bit of flexibility in it. So playing up against a net deck like this is not the worst. And yeah, we're gonna... I shouldn't have kept that. That was a stupid play on my part, because this now... They have a Ginger Brute, and we're just gonna keep getting nickeled and dimed. Well, Spyglass Siren's not the worst. You know, and I rant and rave about net decks because it's just one of those things where it's like, get creative, you know, just, I don't know. I get frustrated playing, you know, and I understand it's part of the game. I understand it's part of the game. It's not a, you know, it's a, yeah, we do need some land, so I am gonna, well, do I? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, they found that. Okay, they'll tap down the... okay. Yeah, and the Metamorph will come in and... Don't really need another land. Okay. What's your plan here? Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll bounce that. They'll force me to block with the... Yeah, well, we'll block that. They might try to bounce that. They probably will bounce that. They were hoping I would block with that, I think. Because if they bounce... that, then if I blocked with that, then that would become a 2/2, and then they bounce that, and it's that. But they've got the Prosperous Thief. Yep, there's that. Okay, that's fine. But we can target that with the Outlaw creature there. So, yep, Network Disruptor, sure. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I'm okay with that. You know what? I think I want to do this instead. I'm gonna do that. Because now we get a bunch of big tokens. Ooh, Deadly Cover-Up's cool. Essence Scatter is even better. I'm gonna put that there. And boom, we're gonna go swinging in. Some big damage coming their way if they don't block. Boom. Okay. Cool. Did you find your third land? Do-da, do-da. Did you find your third land? Oh, do-da-day. Network Disruptor. Okay, welp. One of those is getting tapped down. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, well, they got off to a little bit of a slow start, but so didn't we. I think we keep these. Go 2-2 with this build today, at least. That's okay. That's good stuff. Not a bad deck first time around. Stone Brain, Thron Spider. Yeah, we do keep this because we get some chunky creatures down, and this is not a bad. Yeah, Spyglass Siren. Yeah, they need that. So we do this. 3 steps ahead is good. Stone Brain, also good. They'll throw down a Prosperous Thief, ramp into some stuff, put down the Siren again. Yep, or the Hacker. Interesting. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay. And the Siren comes down again. Oh no, Gingerbrute. Fun of you. High-speed hover bike with flash. Yeah, creature. You can't. You gonna hit your own person? Nah, you can't do that. Okay, that's what I thought, but one never knows. Magic is a weird game sometimes. Now the downside is that the Thron Spider does feed into their strategy a little bit, quite a bit. So we do have to be aware of that. No, yeah, I was about to say, not sure what that could do, but that's okay. Crew that. Just battlefield. They'll find something to either bounce the Thron Spider. Yep, they did that, okay. Not sure what that was all about. Okay. Cool. Well, I think here we have to do this. I want to get rid of that Prosperous Thief. Because that... The reason I do that is... mainly because I don't like it when people ramp into stuff. And that is a huge part of it. Now they will bounce this back. Okay, yeah, they'll bounce that back. And I'll tap that down, we'll take 5. We're on a clock, so this is one of those, alright, we're gonna need to figure something out fast sort of deals, but going 2-2 with this deck today is not the worst. Yeah, we're gonna take a little more than that, I think, because they've found themselves, yep, they gone and found themselves some non-land stuff. But at least we know what their next draw is, so yeah, that's brutal right there. They should have put it on the Gingerbrute. And that to me, I'm like, why put it on the why not put it on the Gingerbrute? Okay, so we know that they've got the Moon Circuit Hacker. Alright, let's do this. and we'll go from there. Yeah, that's pretty rough. And I think they get us. So, alright, good game. Let's go to the post-game analysis. Okay, so big brain Dimir Artifacts. We go 2-2 with this build. Really just kind of one of those things where you really got to get this, and like with all the builds with the Simulacrum Synthesizer, you really got to get this on the battlefield as soon as you possibly can, and then you can kind of go into all these things. I do like the idea of the Virtue of Knowledge with the Stone Brain. You saw that work in the I think in the best of 3. It certainly takes the wind out of their sails a little bit, but maybe we targeted the wrong cards. But the point is that this build is very, very fun to work with. It's got some nice quirks. I hope you like it. If you want to improve upon it, please go right ahead. If you're new to my channel, please like, please subscribe, especially if you like what you saw. Until next time, my magic miscreants, may all your spells hit the battlefield, and may you always be on the play. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy 4th of July to my American viewers.